Hello everyone. Today's energy talk is about electric vehicles, one of the pillars of the global warming countermeasures on the demand side. There are various types of electric vehicles, such as hybrid vehicles and fuel cell vehicles. But today we will focus on electric vehicles which run on electric power charged in batteries. In fiscal 2019, Japan's CO2 emissions were about 1.1 billion tons, but the transportation sector emitted about 200 million tons, 85% of which came from automobiles. And therefore, if we can reduce CO2 emissions from automobiles to zero, we can reduce Japan's total CO2 emissions by 15%, which is a great potential. First, let us look at the performance of electric vehicles. For example, Honda's compact gasoline-powered Fit is a fuel-efficient car capable of running 16 kilometers per 1 liter. Its electric equivalent, the Honda E, runs 5.5 kilometers per 1 kilowatt hour. Comparing the energy consumption of these two cars, the Fit consumes 2,082 kilojoules per kilometer, and Honda E consumes 659 kilojoules per kilometer, a difference of more than 3 times. Let's compare the CO2 emissions. The Fit emits 2.32 kilograms CO2 for every 1 kilometer driven. In the future, if electric vehicles are powered by renewable energy and nuclear power, the CO2 emissions will be reduced by 2.32 kilograms CO2 for every 1 kilometer driven. Although it is not easy to convert all large vehicles such as trucks and buses to electric vehicles, if this can be achieved, it has the potential to reduce CO2 emissions by 15%. Although electric vehicles are highly efficient vehicles, the commonly cited weak point of electric vehicles is a problem of driving distance, which is shorter than that of gasoline-powered vehicles due to the limited battery capacity and the fact that there are still few charging stations. So there is much concern when the remaining battery capacity runs low. This is due to the battery. However, Nissan's Leaf and Tesla's electric vehicles can travel 400 kilometers on a single charge, which is beginning to alleviate these concerns. To begin with, electric vehicles are charged while parked, so they are always full at the start of a drive. This is a decisive difference from the gasoline-powered car, where you have to go to the gas station to refuel. Here are some interesting data. According to a survey by the Ministry of Land, Infrastructure, Transport, and Tourism, more than 90% of cars in Japan are parked throughout all hours of the year. Therefore, it does not seem impossible to be always full at the start of a drive by skillfully charging the battery during this 90% of the time. It is necessary to install many quick chargers on the street. However, we need to break away from the chicken and egg theory that electric vehicles are not being driven because there are not enough charging stations, or charging stations are not being installed because there are not enough electric vehicles, and install a charger in the space where the car is parked, and realize always full at the start of a drive. I believe that the development of charging system in condominiums and apartment buildings is what is urgently needed. In the case of single-family homes, more and more houses are likely to have solar panels installed on their roofs. And it is possible to charge an electric vehicle with excess solar power during the daytime and use the electric vehicle's battery to provide electricity for the home at night if the electric vehicle is not scheduled to be used the following day. After all, the car is parked 90% of the time. In my previous energy talk, I introduced the advantage of utilizing solar power generation by running EcoQt during the daytime. Similarly, electric vehicles have a very good function of increasing energy efficiency on the demand side and contributing to the expansion of the non-fossil power sources on the supply side. The global electric vehicle penetration far surpasses that of Japan. Japan needs to quickly resolve concerns about recharging and quickly develop electric vehicles into a pillar of its global warming countermeasures. Stay curious about energy. Thank you very much.